Hey everyone, Life with Pets here. So today we are at Segrest Farms in Florida and we're going on a behind the scenes tour. You may not be familiar with the name Segrest, however, if you have bought fish at a local fish store or the bigger stores within the USA, then it's likely that they've been through this facility.
Okay, Sheila, we want to welcome you here to our property in Gibsonton, Florida at Segrest Farms. Segrest Farms is the largest tropical fish wholesaler in the world, right here in Gibsonton. This facility that you're in right now is our freshwater building, so about 70% of what we do on this property comes from this building. It has over 6,500 aquariums in it, and these aquariums are housed in rows, so there's 240 tanks on each row. Our daily in-stock is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of between 14 and 1,500 items on a daily basis that we're housing, packing, and shipping out to our retail pet stores. Segrest Farms has been here since 1961, so for 55 years we've been selling our wholesale fish to retail pet stores throughout the U.S., and then we also ship internationally as well. Elwin Segrest is our founder. He retired 2 years ago, but he loves this place so much he's pretty much here still every day. He started this company, believe it or not, with only a $500 investment, and he's grown it into what you see today, the largest tropical fish wholesaler in the world. Here we are on the angelfish roe. These are actually brought in on a daily basis from one of our local Florida farmers here. The unique thing about Florida is that the temperature as well as the water table makes it very conducive for farming fish. Most of the fish that are raised in the U.S., believe it or not, are raised right here in Florida. The property that you're at today at Segrest Farms is our packing and shipping house. But we have 7 production facilities around this area, so a lot of the fish that we're selling, Segrest Farms is actually raising as well. Okay, here we are on the swordtail roe. We want to show you a little bit behind the scenes how we go through the actual process of picking the fish, getting that fish in the proper color bucket before the bucket goes on the conveyor belt system, and then down around the corner where it will be bagged and then boxed to go out to the pet store. So this is Amber. She's going to show us the process of how she's going to find the proper fish to get it in the bucket. First, she has a label. She's going to use that label. The label will tell her where to go in the building and where she can find that fish. So this label is for the swordtail tank. You can see that this bucket has a little bit of blue water to it, has a little bit of a tint. And what that is a sedative. And it's going to slow the metabolism of that fish down. It helps us ship more fish in less water. It also helps the fish from contaminating their own water while they're in the process of shipping. We pack these fish for 48 hours. But our goal is to have it from our tanks to our customers' tanks within 24 hours. So that label is going to go on the bucket. Really cool thing that we do here, it's an acquired skill, is she's literally swim counting that fish as it swims out of the net into the bucket. That's how we count. And then at that point, that bucket is going to get, this is a very, very, very expensive process here to keep that fish in the bucket. We use a shower cap to put it over the bucket, and then that bucket will go on the conveyor belt system as you see right behind it. Okay, Sheila, you asked about where we get the fish from and what part of the building that we use for receiving. We're in it now. You see behind me boxes and boxes of fish that were flown in on Korean Air today. These boxes are empty. They've already made their homes in our 6,500 aquariums out on the floor. 90% of what we sell in this building here in the freshwater building is a tank raised item. So that means only about 10% is coming from the wild. because of Segrest volume, we're selling to around 1,000 pet shops a week, and those pet shops are buying about 60,000 bags of fish. And in those bags is over 1 million fish out of this property on a weekly basis. We go 24 hours a day packing fish Monday through Thursday. The morning shift, the shift we're in now, all of the orders that are being packed and picked are going to be shipped out on UPS. And tonight our second crew comes in and they're going to ship out all of our orders on our local trucks here throughout Florida, and then also via airline. We ship out of Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. We've made our way through the warehouse over to the Glofish section. These are actually the Glofish Tetras. I've got several different colors of this freshwater fish that's expressing a saltwater color. So what they've done with this fish generations and generations ago, they've taken a gene from a sea coral and embedded that in the embryo stage of this fish. And this fish is actually raised right here in Florida. Segrest Farms raises these fish on another property, and they pass this color gene on to the next generation. So all the greens will be greens, all the oranges will be orange, and so on and so forth. This is the tetra aisle for the glowfish. We also have a glowfish danio as well as a glowfish tiger barb. Okay, I want to introduce you guys to the newest member of the glowfish family. Just last month, we introduced the red tiger barb. Right now, we have a green tiger barb. The red's brand new, so just in time for Christmas. We've got Christmas colors for your tank. Each one of these 24 rows of fish in this building have their own separate filtration. That filtration is actually on the other side of this wall. So what happens is you see the piping in these tanks. That water is coming from the pipe to the tank, and then it doesn't go to the tank beside it or the tank below it. It goes straight to the sump in the bottom. Okay, at Segrest we actually have a 4-part filtration system here. So that first part is going to be the biological, which is a fluidized sand filter. It's a big, tall, 8-foot tall cylinder on the other side of this wall. We're also going to use a chemical type of filtration, which is going to be your activated carbon. And then the mechanical is going to be big, huge blue floss pads, which is going to pull the bigger particulate matter out of the water. And the 4th part of filtration, we pump all of our water through a UV sterilizer to help keep it clean and in good shape for the fish as well. Okay guys, I just want to show you another one of our most popular fish here at Segrest. We're on the Cichlid Roe. And these tanks are housing our sorted Anlacar peacocks. This is the medium size, and you can see the fabulous colors that these fish have. This is a little more aggressive fish, so cichlids always need to stay with cichlids. But this is one of our most popular, as you can see why, because they are beautiful. You may notice something black floating around in these aquariums. So we're very, very high tech here at Segrest Farms, only the best for our fish. So what we've done is take a Glad bag. That's all that is. Just your home use Glad bag. We've shredded it and we affectionately call it a Fluffy here at Segrest. It works great, 1, because it's so inexpensive, and 2, it works wonderful with the cichlids because they tend to be a little bit more aggressive, so this gives them a place to hide and keeps them from picking on each other. This is the African Cichlid Roe. You can see these fish are very vibrant in color as well. You may also notice these different color tags on the tanks. So this is an import fish for us, and what we try to do with our inventory is first in, first out. So these fish may have come to us 2 days ago, so we're ready for them to be put into the production side. We're going to pack these fish and ship them to the store. So we put a green tag on the tank letting the pickers know, please use this tank first. This is a used second sticker. So again, these fish may have just come in yesterday. So we're going to pick the first tank with the green tag, and then we would go to the yellow tag, and then we have fish that may have come in this afternoon on a domestic shipment or an international shipment. So we're going to wait probably 3 days before we pick and pack this fish. You may also see and notice a red hold sticker on some of the tanks as we've been filming today. This is a fish that's not filling up to par, so we have 3 guys in our lab crew that are 100% in charge of our fish health and our feeding. So that's their job all day, every day. They're walking up and down these roads, making sure that our fish are in great health. We use a lot of different types of treatments in between our two shifts. So if you came out here maybe at 5 o'clock, 5:30 this afternoon, you would see this entire building with tanks with blue water. So we're using a prophylactic treatment to make sure these fish are in the best health before we ship them out to our retail pet stores. Okay, we've made it back to the back part of our 5-acre property where our saltwater buildings are. This is one of my favorite saltwater fish. This is a tank raised clown. We're stocking somewhere between 40 and 50 items in the saltwater category that are actually being cultured and tank raised, and the clowns are one of our most popular fish. Okay, Ms. Sheila, we found ourselves over in the coral building. Wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're looking at here. Segrest Farms tries to do everything that we can to help make sure that the products that we're getting are not hurting Mother Nature. This is a perfect example of that. This is actually a Florida-based rock that's mined in South Florida. And then we have 6 greenhouses that are 4 cinder blocks deep that we pump ocean water in. And we're growing our own cultured rock. So the industry would refer to this as base rock. You can notice that you see a lot of rocks that are still white. That's the bottom of the rock. The top of the rock is going to look like this piece here. This one is market ready. It's probably been in the greenhouse for around 8 or 9 months. And you can see it has a fantastic purple coralline algae base. And most of your saltwater reef keepers are going to use this as a base rock to put their corals and frags on top of it. Now we're in the packing section of the freshwater building. All of those fish buckets are going to come down the conveyor belt system to the area of packing where those fish are removed from the buckets, and that water and fish are poured into fish bags, and those bags come down to our final checking station. So we have a triple check station here to make sure we make no mistakes and the pet stores get the fish that they ordered. Naturally, your picker is checking that fish. Your bagger is going to check that fish. And then Jose, what he's doing, he is checking that fish for the last time off of a spreadsheet before that fish is put into the box and then finally shipped to the customer via UPS, via Segrest truck, or via airline. As you see here, these fish are being staged right before they're going to be checked off the last triple check system and go into the box. I wanted to tell you a little bit more about how we pack these fish and we keep these fish safe while they're in transit. What you see here is a bag of red cap orandas. Again, you'll notice that that water has that blue tint, so that's a sedative that's going to keep them happy in the transit time. You'll also notice what we're trying to do is get about 1/3 water to 2/3 pure oxygen that we pump in this bag. That's going to give us a 48-hour time in transit for these fish. But our goal is going to be to get this fish from our tanks to our customers' tanks within 24 hours. Another thing you may notice here is the label. So earlier you saw Amber picking the fish with the label and putting that on the bucket. That label is taken off the bucket onto the bag, and this bag goes into the fish box. So when the pet store receives our fish, they hold it up. They know immediately that's a red-capped oranda. They ordered 6 of those, and it goes in a particular tank in their store. Okay, Ms. Sheila, I wanted to also show you how we take the fish from the buckets to the bag to the box. This is a fish store order that is fixing to be closed up. You can see this fish order is probably being shipped up north because we're using an adhesive heat pack on this shipment. So this is going to keep the ambient temperature in the box where it needs to be for the 24 hours that it's within transit. If we were going to be shipping these fish to a Florida store, say this box is going to go to Miami, we would not use the heat pack, we would use an ice pack. And that ice pack, again, is going to do the exact same thing. We're trying to keep that ambient temperature where it needs to be so the fish are happy while they're on the trucks headed to their local pet store. We finally made it to our last stop of the day, and that is in the shipping department. The unique thing about our property is all of our different departments are in different buildings around the farm here. So we've got guys running with dollies all day long, bringing the plants to this department, the saltwater fish to this department, the goldfish, the feeder fish. Everything comes to this corner, which is shipping central for us. The boxes that you see on the conveyor belt now, these are going to pet stores around the country with our UPS service. We will fill up a tractor trailer a day with UPS. They drop it around 9 a.m. in the morning. This shift starts at 6 a.m. and they go till they're done, which is generally around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then UPS will pick up that trailer about 6 o'clock every day. You'll see down the different bays, these are all the fish that we've already packed for the day, stacked 3 and 4 boxes high. And then our buddy from UPS will come at the end of the day, push a button on the conveyor belt system, and it will all roll on the back of a climate-controlled tractor trailer.